As time moves forward, the universe grows smaller and smaller. Oceans become lakes and cities a dot on a map. Borders are fences and countries are neighbors. Planets are vacation getaways. After a couple drinks, my father would say, the world has gotten too small, and there's no room left in it for me. As a child, this idea seemed absurd. The world felt too big to even comprehend, filled with the unknown. But now, trapped inside this cargo ship, and watching the stars pass by the portholes, things are starting to feel real small. Man, I hate space.
I've seen some fishy things in my time. Someone bringing their own coffin is the first.
Coffin?
Yes, that large coffin-shaped box behind you.
Oh, that. That's the charging station for my, get up here. It's kind of a long story.
Well, brevity is king around here, Tin Man.
Basically, I was in an accident a few years back. Really, gummed up the works inside. Now I need the suit to survive. Well, the suit needs power, and I need the suit. So, hence the coffin.
Thanks for the life story, kid. How about we stop wasting each other's time? I'll haul my sorry self and your belongings to your new apartment. Well, new for you at least. Minus a stain or two.
Yeah, thanks, you're a real mensch. Welcome to Space Station 52. My life packed up into a few boxes. Depressing if I think about it. I could not be happier to be free of that thing. Salty old Dockmaster. I thought you were heading to my, not-so-new apartment.
Don't be a cold fish. I'll get around with it.
You must be Mr. Edward Locke, the new repairman, correct?
Mechanical engineer, actually.
Well, here on 52 we wear a lot of hats, down to a skeleton crew, so don't go rattling bones.
Don't you bother about me. I'll do my job.
Well, that's good to hear, because I have a job for you. My friend over there is having some trouble with his equipment. Why don't you see what you can do? Actually, I have a bigger job for you, but finish up helping my friend first.
Your friend, my favor? Why not? His outfit says sheriff, but his expression says smug. As a salvage worker, looks like he knows what he's doing. Presumably some salvage from the lake here. Hey, heard you were having some trouble. Yeah, I can relate. But maybe I can help you out. Not wrong about that. My toolbox should be on the pier with the rest of my belongings. Trusty old tools. Now let's see what we have here. Yeah, no sweat. All right, job's done.
Good news. It's nice to have a repairman around with the last one up and disappearing on us. Now I'll have a moisture recycler with your name on it.
Well, aren't I the lucky repairman? I can't imagine why the last guy would leave such a welcoming place.
I like you. It's gonna take a boat ride, and I don't do water.
Well, I don't fancy myself much of a swimmer.
Yeah, I'll bet you sink like a stone with that gob. I'll fetch the old Inca clanker, the dockmaster. He'll give you a ride.
I watched the dockmaster and his boat disappear into the fog haunting the lake. He said he'd be back in an hour. Somehow I doubt it. The artificial sunlight peeked over the rock face. Beautiful, even if it is bogus. A small boat landing minus the boat. I love being stranded in a place I've never been before. Beautiful blue water. Just below the surface, you could witness all manner of life busy about their day. Atmosphere. Famous for their terraforming and artificial life. The space station was one of the first to adopt their system. Weather, a night and day cycle, plants, animals, the works. The smell of the fresh water was incredible, even through the helmet. Part of 52's water filtration and renewal system. The solar panel appears a bit old and is covered in detritus, but still looks in working order. Strange. Why would someone just leave it lying about? An old excavator bot. It's been sitting here for a spell, but these things are made to survive. I don't know what's in this thing, but unfortunately the barrel's just too heavy to move by myself. The barrel is obstructing the access panel, and I gotta figure out a way to move it. It looks like the moisture recycler the sheriff was talking about. I'll have to utilize the access panel to see what's clogging up the works. Some forgotten bones of a local creature. Let's hope I don't end up like him. Some spare parts are ditched here, rusted and cracking from being exposed to the weather. Probably not functional. An old excavator bot. It's been sitting here for a spell, but these things are made to survive. An old excavator bot. It's been sitting here for a spell, but these things are made to survive. The battery looks like a boxer after 12 rounds, but hopefully still has some fight left in it. I gotta power up the battery before I can operate the bot. So fresh and so clean. Let's see how this goes. Some of the cells are damaged, but should provide some power now. The battery only has enough charge to power up one module at a time. Well, let's get ready to rumble. I could tie this into something. Look at that, it actually worked. Well, the cable's down, but now it's good and stuck. Took some doing, but I got it. Barrel's moved. Time to break out the old tools and get to work. Now let's see what we got. They installed an anti-tampering device. Unfortunately, I don't have the key to unlock it. If I remember correctly, I can bypass it by turning the dials so the squares and triangles are opposite each other on all four sides of all four dials. The top left dial appears to already be in the correct position. cold. The first thing I felt when consciousness pierced the darkness. Waking up in a morgue has to be one of the more surreal moments in my life. Felt like some undead monster in a horror movie, back from the grave.
Hey, look at that. Rise and shine. Sheriff said you need to see the doc immediately when you wake up. He doesn't want any more bodies to pile up today.
I have a lot of questions.
And it breaks my sweet little heart that I can't answer them. So go, see the doc, and then find someone who cares. Would you do that for me? The door's behind you.
What's with these people? Oh, my head. Great, now I'm seeing things. Maybe I should see the doc.
Please step onto the scanner to begin your examination.
I guess he's not much for bedside manner, huh?
Engaging bedside manner protocol. Did you hear the news? A group of prisoners hijacked a prison bus and crashed it into a cement truck. The police said to be on the lookout for hardened criminals. Ha ha, ha ha.
Wow, that just happened.
Scanner failure. No living organic material was detected.
Suit must be interfering with the scanner again. I had trouble with this in the past. An earthquake on a space station? That seems a bit odd to say the least. The quake must have broken the dock, and who knows what else. I should check on the dock before I leave.
UDLRORA.
Doc is still under the weather, it seems. Well, I have no interest in climbing up there myself, but I could place an item up there if I wanted the doc to interact with it. A dangerous object to shove into my pockets. Doesn't look too bad, just a couple blown fuses. I'll need to find some replacements. The first aid kit is locked up tight. Just a simple lock though. Might be able to pick it. The blade's too wide to fit in the keyhole. Deputy Knucklehead. I don't think talking's gonna get me anywhere with this guy. Vents are keeping it quite cold in here. Laser bone saw. Battery's almost dead. Maybe the worst place I have ever woken up. Maybe. Looks like a little rodent is living up in the rafters. Jar with a heart in it, frozen solid. I'm not sure if this makes me Frankenstein or his monster. The label reads caution, dangerous acid. Now what could go wrong carrying this around? At least it's corked tight. Various beakers and vials. Not sure I want to know why they have these. That must be the body I found before my, little nap.
Hey, who do you think you are? That's not for you.
I'll have to find a way to deal with Deputy Knucklehead over there if I want to examine the body. For now, I'm just whistling Dixie. This may just be the strangest thing I've seen so far.
Glad to see you woke up. It saves us the time of digging 2 graves. Just kidding. We eject bodies into the vast cold emptiness of space.
Heartwarming. Your deputy wasn't very forthcoming. What exactly happened to me?
Seems you discovered the body of Oakley Baxter and then fainted. The doc must have found you both just lying there. Actually, Oakley was the man you were sent to replace.
How did he die?
Looks like a simple accident. Oakley has been dead for days. So no worries. You're off the hook.
Accident? So he fell into the machine, died, and then sealed himself inside.
Look, new guy. Things are done a certain way around here. Didn't I say not to rattle bones?
It just makes no sense.
We're not going to discuss this further. You'll need a clean bill of health signed off by the doc if you want to leave.
Well, that brings up another problem. Did you feel that earthquake? Isn't that a bit unusual for a space station?
Ah, just the station settling.
Settling? The same space station that's been around for over 100 years?
You'll learn how things work around here, new guy.
Looks like the quake broke the dock.
Well, fix it. Isn't that your job?
I see my tools are behind you. Should have a couple spare fuses.
Sorry, have to hold on to those. Part of a crime scene and all.
I thought it was an accident.
Rattling bones? I suppose it would be alright if you had just a couple fuses.
Guess I'll be going.
See you around.
An accident? Who is he kidding? If he's not gonna look into this murder, then I will. The lunchbox has something rattling around inside of it. I should take a closer look. Also appears I ripped the cushion fabric when I picked it up. The spring is still attached pretty good. I need something to cut it free. Well, that's done it. But the bone saw's out of juice. A big bag of medical waste in the lobby. Wonderful. A single rubber glove. Doubt anyone will miss this. Just a standard electrical outlet you'd find on the space station. It would be just terrible if something were to happen with electricity and mess up the nurse's show. There's only one name on the sign-in sheet. Charlie G. McLehany. It's dated nearly 2 months ago. The label reads Somnunium. Take 1 pill before bed. They're prescribed to Oakley Baxter. He's certainly not having trouble sleeping now.
Yeah.
I'll need to find a way to distract her if I want to get my hands on the bottle. Sadly, Oakley won't be needing them. An old sweet sop PC. You don't see the smile anymore. Never was a fan myself. I'm not familiar with the show she's watching, but she's certainly enamored with it. plaque under the sculpture reads DNA by Mona Moonbeam. I simply don't understand modern art. Some resident evildoer has left their biohazard containers here. I should get permission from the sheriff first. Don't want Johnny Law in my case. Still want to check the body. Someone has to look into this. It would cause an electrical short, but I would shock the mess out of myself. Doesn't look too bad, just a couple blown fuses. I'll need to find some replacements. Alright, just turn your head and cough. I need to match the colors of the wheels on the right to the fuse boxes on the left. Fuse looks blown. I should replace it. Back up and running. This may just be the strangest thing I've seen so far. No point. The scanner doesn't work with the suit. Well, I have no interest in climbing up there myself, but I could place an item up there if I wanted the dock to interact with it. I am having the weirdest day. This may just be the strangest thing I've seen so far. The first aid kit is locked up tight. Just a simple lock, though. Might be able to pick it. It's been pillaged of most of its supplies, but a couple items are left. Hopefully she won't notice these are missing. Let's hope I don't get caught doing this. This is so illegal. Looks like the sleeping gas was just too much for this little guy. He's cold but not frozen. Really gonna need to clean this jacket. Out like a light. My dad dragged me to more than a few crime scenes when I was a kid. It's making this whole thing oddly familiar. According to the medical examiner's report, this is Oakley Baxter, mechanical engineer.
I was sent to replace this guy. I guess he didn't just disappear as they thought. The report states he died from blunt force trauma and brain hemorrhaging. It says the key was inserted into his head wound once rendered unconscious, and causing further brain damage. His other wounds were all caused post-mortem, likely by the machine he was shoved into. No fingerprints or DNA were found at the scene. I should see what else I can find. Ticket book. Technically enforcing violations isn't part of the job, but he seems to have taken it on himself to keep things in check. Only one page left in the book. Must have taken it seriously. Oakley's head wound. He was hit hard and precise enough to crack open the skull. The bruising looks pretty precise, like they were able to open the skull in only a couple shots. The key that was placed into his wound. You never see keys like this anymore. Must be decades old.
Organic material detected, no heartbeat registered, dangerously low temperature identified, initiating emergency thermal procedure. Initiating emergency shock resuscitation procedure. Error, insufficient power, battery damaged, new battery ordered, arriving in 2 to 3 weeks.
At least I can get rid of my frozen friend now.
Engaging bedside manner protocol. I tried to get a reservation at the library, but they were all booked up. Ha ha, ha ha.
I have no words. All thawed out.
Organic material detected, heartbeat detected, the subject is within acceptable physical parameters, your health status has been updated, you may return back to work, have a good day, and please take your doctor's note.
And that actually worked. I don't believe that man has ever been to medical school. Yeah, not gonna do that.
If the doc says you're good to go, then you're good to leave.
The rain fell right on cue as I stepped out of the doctor's office. A few minutes later, lost, I wandered into some forgotten alley. Just as I was ready to give up and turn back, a figure appeared in the fog. Like an apparition calling to me, I followed it into the mist. As the haze cleared, I found myself standing in front of the old local museum. Propelled forward, I stepped through the doors. I followed the dark and enticing figure to the local museum. Its neglect over the preceding years hadn't tarnished its prevailing beauty. I fretted the gentle rapping of the rain on the roof was deriving a false sense of security. Perhaps it was my sense of duty or an innate stubbornness, but I had no inclination of turning back.